This one's for you, Mom. Back in 30 seconds. Good morning, everyone. This is Jan from New York City, and my channel name is Jan from New York City Saves Money. Good morning. Good morning. I have my trusty. Hi, Steve. Good morning today.
Good morning. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good, and I'm extremely appreciative of you being on this show at this kind of sort of unearthly hour. But because you also knew my mom,
Mm-hmm.
I just felt it appropriate that you were, with me on this broadcast. Today we are celebrating the birthday, heavenly birthday, her first heavenly birthday of my beautiful, wonderful mom. Now, can I just put like my mother's life in a time frame of 20 minutes and get it all out there? Of course not. Absolutely I cannot. But I could go over a few of my personal highlights of certain things in my life. How many of you out there have moms that you really, really love and really appreciate? Even if they're not here, how many of you out there really appreciate your mom? Sometimes we have difficulties. I know you do. Tell me. I know. I remember how much you love your mom and
Mm-hmm.
everything. And that's great, Steve. Do you have later on? Do you have any highlighted moments with your own mom in addition to the stuff you remember with my mom? Um, Steve, would you rather discuss the highlights of my mom first, or do you want me to go first? How would you like to do this?
Um, well, I can go ahead and say, a few words. One of the things that I remember, about your mom is when we used to conversate, and she would be in the background and she would overhear some of what we're talking about. And I vividly remember, and I'm almost certain I've tried it at some point in my life. Don't know where, I can't remember, but I remember she said, Janet, she's your mom talking to you. Ask ask him if he's ever had an apple cream pie. That sticks out like a sore thumb. And if I recall correctly, I said, yes, I have. I just don't remember where I it's good. It's a good pie. Um, but I somewhat remembered. It's not like
I know. But here's the thing with my mom. My mom associated a lot of things with sweets. And here's the amazing thing, Steve. My mother could have eaten sweets from here to Gibraltar, never bothered her.
Mhm.
Never once got her sick in any way, shape, manner, or form. No diabetic, anything. Just she was able to. But the minute you said that you have heard of it, you and she were friends for life.
I know.
That I remember that vividly. I remember when you used to hear her singing in the background, all the religious
Oh
music.
yes, yes.
She did have an amazing singing voice.
She really did. Yeah. Even I
Thank you
said
so
that on
much.
numerous.
Thank you so much.
Mhm.
And speaking of which, my mom was all for God, all for family, all for church. She would volunteer her time as a child in her local church, and also as a grown up woman, young mom. She took my brother and sister to the choir loft here at our local beautiful basilica here, and she would be part of the then choir back in the day. Didn't matter rain, sleet, snow, there was mom up in the choir loft singing her stuff. And then in her latter years, even though her vision was failing, mom used to do the readings at mass and volunteer her time. I guess that's where I kind of got the habit of volunteering my time, like during the summers at school, in my
Mhm.
school. And then it just all ties in together. This is her first heavenly birthday, and we wish her the happiest of birthday. Do we miss her? Absolutely. But I'm not going to sit here now and just cry about it. I want to celebrate my mom's life. In fact, I wrote down a few bullet points of that I didn't want to bypass because after all, we're only going to be on here a few minutes, you know? And then I'll come to the comment section, I promise. And thank you for being here. Okay, so things about my mom. She was a loyal friend and she lived for God and family. And these principles were definitely instilled in all of us. It was all about her family. I mean, first God, everything in a certain logical order. First God, which is rightful, the right thing to do, and then family, and then anybody around her life, her friends. I mean, my mother was a legend in the area. Everybody loved my mom because she minded her own business and she was just friendly, smiling, minding her own business. And did she like to play some lottery tickets? Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Well, you knew that too, Steve, right?
Yeah.
And I have a little story association of this. One of my mother's favorite numbers to play in the lottery, New York State Lottery, was 127. Isn't it ironic that on the morning of December 7th, yesterday morning, I get my letter of acceptance into the YouTube partner program. Hello, I'm like, Mom, a couple days after my birthday, I filed for the, they sent me the letter that I was eligible on my birthday. So I sent back the letter, you know, email, whatever. I sent back the application and they're like, less than 48 hours, I was approved for monetization, which is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And it happened on her favorite numerical number for the lottery.
The lottery.
Hey, listen, go out there and bet that number today in honor of my mom. If you win, all power to you. The other thing, Steve, that I had indicated is that she was a gentle person. Oh, yes. You know that. You spoke to her. You knew her demeanor on the phone. She was gentle. But you also knew when my mom would lowbrow, right?
Oh,
if she had something to say to Jan or any of her kids, right? But that's what a good mother does. It's a delicate balancing act, in my opinion. You know, it can't just be hunky-dory. Well, that's her phrase. You know, roses and light. Sometimes, you know, good moms have to like be straight up about things. I understand your mom was kind of straight up at times. Am I correct, so Steve? If she had something to tell you, yeah.
My mom, don't get me wrong, loving lady. You know, born, raised in Sicily, Catania. There's another backstory behind that, you know, being a military brat. My dad actually wound up being stationed over there 2 times in a row. The first time when he met my mom and where my sister was born, and then going back over at the tail end of 72 until December of 76. And in that time frame, yours truly. So, but yeah, she was a nice woman. Of course, at the same time, she wouldn't take anything off of anybody either. You know, if you could imagine Sophia on the Golden Girls, but sprinkle a little bit of Judge Judy. Not so much on the bench, Judge Judy, but you know, off the bench.
Right.
That she was like that. And
she wanted the right thing for you. She wanted the right thing for you and your sister, you know, and your family. Nothing wrong with that. That's a good mom, Steve.
And not only that, I think I might have mentioned this to you before. I also saw a little bit of my mom in your mom as well.
Yes, you told me that back in the day. Yeah. That was really, really cool. I'm glad to hear that. Well, they had a lot. You know what, Steve? I'm convinced they're hanging out right now. They're hanging out.
I had a dream.
Did?
Yeah.
Really?
This was a few months back, probably May. Yeah. I had a dream that my mom and your mom were sitting at a table. It was outside. Your mom is on the left. My mom is on the right. They're sitting there conversating and getting along like it's nothing.
Yeah, like, what am I going to do with that Janet and Steve? I can just imagine.
You never know what
they were saying that to each other, right?
Yeah.
But and also not just saying, but my mom was really, I mean, not because she's my mom, but my mom was truly physically beautiful to look at. She was a physically beautiful person. When she got married, people thought she looked just like Loretta Young.
I saw that.
And yes. And at every single stage in my mom's life, I said, Ma, you're so cute. You're so pretty. You're so cute. She goes, ah. I said, yes, you are. Yes, you are. So I used to pinch her, little cheeks when she got older and go, you're just so cute. But like I said earlier, she loved her church and everything and all. But I have to share a story, and then I'll go on to the comments because, folks are waiting, which thank you so much for that. We both thank you for that. This is an important story. When I was a little kid in kindergarten, hated school. Did not like the kindergarten teacher. I thought she was an old wicked witch. But as it turns out, she was like a really nice lady. Well, you're a kid back in the 60s. You want to just hang out with your mom and dad and just play, not go to school, okay? But that one year, you know what I did? I did a terrible thing, Steve. I hated school. I ended up teaching in that same school, which is really funny. I ran out. We had half-day sessions of kindergarten back then. I ran out of the classroom into the street. So my mom got a call. Your daughter ran out of the school, So, of course, my mother, ran to the rescue because I wanted to run back home. I did not want to hang out in school. I hated it. Just so hated it. Anyway, so I didn't know up until a few years ago, unbeknownst to me, as a result of that, my mother waited outside of that school, rain, sleet, snow. She did this for about 6 weeks, standing there hoping I don't run out again, standing out in the cold outside of the building downtown. And every time I would, walk by that part, I think of my mother and say, you know what, Ma, you're one heck of a mom. I told her, I'm sorry, Mom. She said, you hated school, hate math, hate school. What do? End up as a teacher in the very same school. God works in mysterious ways. So I get it when a kid can't stand school.
Yeah. I was one of them. I'm not going to lie.
Cool.
And there's another backstory behind that with me. But let's just say, let me put it this way. I did drop out of high school at the end of the 9th grade, but there is a positive outcome to that. I did go back 3 years later and I did take my GED. Lo and behold, I passed it the first time. And I know why.
That's amazing.
Because I had 2 years of private school under my belt. I went to a Catholic school and I also went to a Baptist type Christian school. That school was very hard. You're sitting there's partitions on both sides of the room. You're staring at a wall and you're teaching yourself. Everything was set up like on a PACE system.
Oh, yeah. I had that in another school later on in life.
That was some very hard learning.
That is very hard. They pulled that number in the 70s and in the 80s, the complete autonomy. Here's your packet, work it. What did you hire teachers for? Teachers are there to guide you. I was against that policy, but believe me, you know what, Steve, you and I have to get together on your channel. We'll talk about teacher policies one day, if that's okay with you. I go on for hours. I'm going to head over to the comment section. Steve, let me know if you can see your comments. Hey, Human in Training, good morning. Yes, I know today is a feast day, and I was going to mention it in our faith, the Feast of the Immaculate Conception. What an honor to be born on December 8th. What an honor to be born, period. But imagine on December 8th. I think that's why my mom had that extra close connection her whole life with her church. And Steve, I didn't mean to step on your head by accident. I meant to move the other thing. Things I wish my mom had told me. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Oh, well, we're glad we caught you. I was going to do something different, but I said, something, I love the interaction. I know it was last minute, and I know Mom would definitely approve of friendly interaction. Let's see. Hosea's mom. Good morning, Jan and Steve. Well, good morning to you.
Good morning.
I am thrilled to have caught you. Aww.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
We are thrilled to catch you. Now, we understand that it's super early. We know this. And in a way, we apologize. But the good news is there's always playback for anyone, who can't be at the live. So, right, Steve? That's, always the option?
Absolutely.
Aw, good vibes, good vibes. Thank you, and good vibes to you guys. We so appreciate everyone. But, you can't capitulate someone's entire life. I don't want to be one of those down down type of people. Do I miss my mother? Of course. My mom and I, Steve, you know this, we were very close. I took care of my mother up to the very end. I had to do like audio videos last year because I couldn't get on camera because I lacked sleep. I would have 20 minutes sleep 12 months ago today. It was another story 12 months ago today. Yeah. But I know this, Steve, my mom would want me, the rest of the family, all of us to be happy. My mother always said, if something happens to her, don't cry for me. This was her words, not mine. Don't cry for me. She always said, pray for me. I was like, Ma, can't promise you I won't ever cry for you, but I can promise you I'll always pray for you. But the truth be told is you need to pray for us because we're still here.
Yeah. They're in a better place. She's in a better place. So we got to look at it in that, any pain or anything she was feeling is gone.
That's it.
So yeah.
And the other thing, yes, dear, go ahead.
Pray for us. We're still here. We haven't, gone home yet. So, so to speak. Yeah.
Right. We're in this mess still, but I kind of know what she meant. Like don't focus. What she's really trying to say is don't be sad. And you know what? Sometimes it's hard to not be sad because you miss them. Here's the thing. We miss them. And this is why I say this kind of message all the time. For those that still have folks left behind, what a gift. You still get to wake up and say, good morning. I mean, like in person, you still get to touch and hug that person, give them a great big old kiss, give them that phone call, long lasting phone call. And we have video chatting today. If they can't visit you, at this time, situational time, we do have video chats. I believe that video chats, of course, they're not a replacement, but they're sure a second guest helper. Let me tell, right?
Yeah, it is.
I mean, you can look at someone in real time and see their expression. So click, and you are there. Because it may be very, very difficult right now to be around a senior, So let's see. Human in training. Yeah, please. I never said this, but I think it's a great idea. How's that? In tribute to mom. So I have to mention something, Steve. Do you recall this with my mom? Even years back, she would say, when are you ever you make these videos? She didn't understand, technology, YouTube. She understood more important things than technology, in my opinion, matters of the heart. But mom didn't understand how it works. Well, when you got to get paid from that place? I said, Mom, I said, it's not that simple. I try to explain everything. She's like, yeah, all right, yeah. So it was just very ironic that on her number day, 127.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, Steve, why don't you share that happy experience, what happened with me? Tell what happened yesterday morning.
So yesterday morning, you had done your live, and I was an onlooker. I commented like over here, like these folks are, and then you reached me, and then we did a video chat there shortly after, and I guess you were on your tablet, and you looked down, and you got all excited. Oh my God! And I didn't know at the time. I didn't know, maybe you were getting a belated birthday present that you had always wanted, and you got an email.
Well, I kind of did.
Well, it was, but not. I didn't mean it in a YouTube sense.
No. I know.
And then you had broke the news to me, and I felt very happy for you that that you were finally, you had gone under review and you were approved. Well, I had already known that it was going to be a slam dunk for them to approve you because you had already put in for it when you met.
Well, no. Here's the backstory of that. Two things. One, I never say, let me check my email 7:30 in the morning. Honestly, I'm more like, let me kick back and watch Leave It to Beaver. Right, Steve? 8 o'clock, I got to get ready for the Beaver. So I said to you, I had this compelling feeling to check my email. I said, I have to check my email, which I thought was weird. For me, that was weird. But regarding the second time, what happened was the first time I did reach my 4,000 hours. I tried to apply, but there was just technical problem. Remember, I just kept having technical issues.
You did, yeah.
And then this time around, when I regained my 800 hours to make it to 4,000 again, then it was okay. I applied for that on Saturday and got approved on Monday morning. You kept saying it's going to be fast. You did.
I did. I just had an intuition. Usually whenever I have an intuition about something, it's usually 99.8% of the time it's usually dead on whenever I have and I guess I'm a good judge of, what's going on because I can just, because I saw the whole picture, there was only one way to go but up in this case. So that's how I looked at it.
To me, Steve, maybe you may agree with this. I don't know how you feel about this, but it's kind of like Mom was looking out because she was the one that kept saying when, because every day she saw me cranking out videos. Who remembers when my mom would participate in my trivia games? Anybody out there remember that? There was one game, and unfortunately that got deleted, that one, okay? Too many bells, whistles, pings, whatever. Sound effects. Can you imagine sound effects affecting anything? But that would have been like a treasure trove. Oh, Steve, it was a while back. Excuse me, please. And my mother was answering the questions, every question. I said, "You like trivia games when I do this?" She goes, "Yeah." But she was declining, with her, unfortunate, she had that dementia. But when I said trivia game, she was like perked up. So I was like, yeah, it was so memorable. But there's actually a video that I could attach to the description box below. And this was recorded on April 3rd of 2019. And this was the day I took her to her final appointment to her eye doctor. Okay. And you hear us interacting in the taxi cab. It was good. It was a really good video. And I have no regrets making it. You're new from Money, Mom? Oh,
that's great.
Thank you. Yeah. Human in Training. Have you checked out Steve's channel too? Because as you know, he's got a rockin' new channel and it's of random. And by the way, thank you to Kate Caden for reminding me. Like, she didn't say to do it, but she said it so kindly on the Sunday show. If you'd be so kind to click the like button and consider subscribing, and by all means share the video if you find it of any value. Not just this video, any video that you like. Go back to some of the oldies. Some of the oldies were hilarious. Steve, original videos from when you first start doing YouTube are everybody's most memorable.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, let's see. It was Oziah's mom. A lot of time. Yeah. You're right. Oziah's mom. Look at this comment.
That's true.
Wow. They can't remember. You're right. You're very right. Yes, yesterday, the great Did you see what Human in Training it said here, Steve?
Yeah, yesterday.
The bottom one?
Oh, yeah.
And you know what was so fun about that, Human in Training? Doing this announcement on Steve's show. Steve is a great host. And I could go on there anytime, which is really, really cool because we just love hanging out and sharing our stuff. But thank you so much. It really was a monumental moment. You want to know what was really monumental? And I know my mom could understand this as she views this. Sure, monetization is nice. Am I going to become a gazillionaire overnight? No.
Nobody
is on the dollar doing this thing. But what mattered to me, Steve, was that they validated my channel as something worth it. That's how I view that moment.
Well, let me tell you, if I may, I hope I'm not telling off on anybody, but let me tell you, I like to subscribe to people that react to music, before their time. You know, people in
Cool.
their 20s that listen to Black Sabbath and AC/DC, Van Halen, you know, stuff that Led Zeppelin, stuff that they're had never really heard. And I'm watching this one guy. I did subscribe to. I unsubscribed. He's smoking pot while he's listening to music.
Oh, I almost lost my tea on that one. What?
I kid you not.
Absolutely unacceptable. Unacceptable.
So I can't believe YouTube is tolerating that.
Wait a minute. Did you say that was on a live feed?
Well, I don't know if it was live. He was reacting to music.
That's well, whomever this is, don't even say this name. This is just horrible stuff. And you know, even if he was quote end of quote joking,
yeah, but
like it could have been like oregano, and he's just being so cute. There's nothing cute of that. But that's another show. That's another topic, Steve.
It is.
But you want to know something? I'm glad you pointed out. I agree with Steve. I don't subscribe to any old thing. I like quality to view, and I like, well, hopefully quality to produce. But let's get back to all of our moms. You know what, Steve? Do you have a cup of tea in front of you or any cup of anything?
Mm-hmm.
Let's all of us raise our cup of cheer and salute all of our moms today, whether they're here or they're home in heaven. A salute to all of our moms. And I want to take this moment, thank you, a little bit of a sip, to thank everyone for their time. Josiah's mom, as your subscribers appreciate and realize you are on YouTube to share your real life with us. That means so much to me, as you just said. I have to tap on that one. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That is like really, really cool. I appreciate you saying that yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, today, because sometimes I think that when I made my announcement yesterday, that it might have been misunderstood in some way, because I went about 1.5 years of saying, no, I don't, it doesn't matter monetization. And experts on YouTube were saying to me, it's okay to get monetized, Jen. Believe it or not, even though you love what you're doing, it's still work. You're still taking time out of it. But I never look at it. You know what it is, Steve? I don't look at this as work. I look at this as just a great way to communicate with friends and family. Salute back at you, Josiah's mom and everyone else. Well, listen, because Steve and I do recognize that your time is just as valuable as our time, especially on a busy weekday morning. Thank you for joining us in this teensy weensy tribute to my mom. It's the least that I could do. Will I have a piece of birthday cake on her? Of course. I have leftover birthday cake for me. That's one thing I will truly miss, if there's anything. We always shared our birthdays together. So I guess we just have to do it virtually. OMG. Do you hear that, Steve?
Yeah. Yeah, your clock going off. That's
Mom's listening. Mom's listening. Need I say more? Thank you, Mom. Yes. And we wish you a Merry Christmas, too.
Christmas. Absolutely.
Thanks, everybody. You guys have a blessed day. Thank you, all your commenters. Bye-bye, Josiah's mom and everybody else that participates.
Good to see
have a wonderful day. I will be back tomorrow, as promised. This was an unscheduled, unexpected scheduling of a live today. Mm-hmm. But I will be back tomorrow. We're going to talk about some free, fun games that you could participate with online during the holiday season, virtually with your family, in case you can't get to see them in person. There you go. That'll be fun. Steve, as always, you're invited to that show if you'd like to come back.
Thank you. Okay.
Have a wonderful day, everybody. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
And thank you so much. Thank you so much. God bless everyone.
God bless. Thank you.